Once upon a time in the north of the world, where the night lingers long, where the wind withers or whispers, where the light-footed dawn, timid, hesitates to appear, there stood the kingdom of Oslo in Norway, a kingdom of fjords and forests where a quiet joy flowed. And one day, from far away, there came Jordan the Bold. For from afar he came, for a voice without a face, a rumor without a name, had been whispering softly, perhaps in the north, you will find the meaning of life. But Jordan the Bold did not yet know what shape his quest would take. And somewhere in that very kingdom, another man was already living. A man whom Jordan the Bold would soon meet, though he did not know it yet.
Hello, I'm Jan Erichsen. I'm an artist. Let's dive into my world.
This is the story of Jan, an unlikely hero, a mythological hero of the absurd.
Hors Piste.
Welcome in. Everything happened in here, and you can see kind of things all over the place, but yes, and like traces of old videos and things like that. So this is from a video I made like a couple of days ago, where I kind of went like this. I had the buns behind my, and then this, well, yeah, and that was kind of the whole video. That's like all the pickle videos I made, and yeah, there you see the other thing I was showing you.
I saw it. I loved it.
Some of my like strongest inspirations are like the early performance artists like Chris Burden and Bruce Nauman and people like that. To kind of, they were also kind of the first video artists, so they kind of started with just putting up a camera on a tripod in their studio and then doing things in front of that camera. So I've been very much inspired by how they use a camera and also how they kind of do minimal things in front of a camera. Sometimes I film over and over again, and the first part with the fail was the best one, so then I keep the... I don't know, so at first I thought, okay, I'll use a carrot and then hit my head and hopefully the carrot will break, but that didn't work. So again, I had to look for another solution, and then I decided to go with the cucumber instead, which is longer and is a bit bigger, and obviously it did break, so it worked out in the end. So it has gone from being a work for shooting bananas to becoming a cucumber hitting head device. Yeah. My first memory of going to an exhibition was when I was like going for a group of kids when I was young to the Munch Museum and being introduced to some of his paintings. So that's kind of my first memory of art. Let's start with the Chinese portraits.
Okay, Jan, so if your mind was an object, what would it be?
Probably a knife.
The most what the fuck work you've created?
It's hard to tell, kind of, because so many of them and they kind of blend into each other, but a lot of the early fruit and vegetable work were kind of a barrier for me, because some of them were quite phallic, but yeah.
The one that moved you?
I don't really get moved that easily by my work, so I don't really know. I just kind of find most of them quite funny. Yeah.
In the house of Jan, nothing seemed of any use. And yet, each thing stood in its rightful place. For some houses do not serve the world, they set it in order.
I was 21 or 20, around that age, when I made my first kind of sculpture. But had been drawing for a lot of years, and then my first thought when I wanted to become an artist was to become very good at drawing. But yeah, in art school you kind of understand that there's a whole world out there of other kinds of art. I mean, I was very inspired by my older brother, who is also an artist. When I grew up, he kind of paved the way for me, I think. For a lot of people who want to become an artist, they don't really know how to do that, because it's kind of abstract. But he kind of showed the way. I owe him a lot because of that. And then, of course, I have my girlfriend is an artist, so I have a very, very good to have someone to talk to about art.
Can we meet her?
Of course you can.
Okay, let's go.
So my name is Siv Buggevatne, and I'm Jan's girlfriend. We have also been colleagues for like, I don't know, 15 years,
Something
maybe.
like that, yeah.
Yes. So I'm also an artist. I'm working with sculpture and drawing.
I always say that she is the one who does like the proper art, like the more traditional kind of crafty things with. It takes so much kind of effort to make the sculptures, and it's so impressive how she can like make these big stone sculptures, and yeah, which I could never do.
We were always talking about art, I think. Yeah, I always love to talk with him. He's very open-minded, I think. You can see the quality in very many different kind of arts. It's very good to see, to find what is interesting in things. It like hits me somewhere in my body in a way. I don't know how to explain it.
A couple of years ago, I made a work where I made this circle of bread around my waist, and then I jumped into the water, sort of like what you use when you try to float when you're a kid. But of course the bread just dissolved and was dragging me under instead.
Work where he jumps out with this bread that is going to save him, but it's not really saving him at all.
I was in the north of Norway, so it was very, very cold water as well. So it was a very uncomfortable experience. But yeah.
It's very warm now in Norway, and we were thinking with Jan, it was his idea, but I definitely follow this idea, is to go for a swim tomorrow. But I talked also with Siv a little bit, and he said, okay, why not doing an artwork there? So
Siv was mentioning maybe just making this around the arm. Thank you for all the support.
Thank you as well. I think we will continue working along each other.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
So,
we will have a nice future.
Yeah.
Soon the time came for Siv and Jan to part. In their hearts remained the quiet hope that they would meet again before long. For Jan and Jordan still had a quest for a creation not yet into the world. And through her works, Siv showed them the ancient path.
This is a drawing, and it's actually a copy from an old manuscript from the 14th century. It's called the Voynich manuscript. The whole manuscript is written in a code that no one has managed to understand. So we don't know what it says and what is depicted. Yeah, even now. So it's a great mystery.
So now it's our turn to find the code, your code.
Yes.
It is a code.
Jordan burned with a longing for adventure, But Jan already knew the price of art. For every true quest demands a sacrifice, and yet above them lingered a promise made to Siv. To create together and turn every trial into an artwork. Jan saw in Jordan the reflection of his own curiosity, and so the path would be walked by two. Jordan accepted Jan as his mentor, and together they trained to dive into the fjords in search of the lost bread.
I listen a lot to punk and hardcore, and there's something about kind of just do it. Not thinking too much about the high quality of things. It's just the most important is getting it out. Real knives. In the beginning, I thought I was just doing things for show, and it wasn't really dangerous. But then I hurt myself badly. So
it was very badly. You want to talk about it, or?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, I landed on my hand, and you can see here the operation scar. So I had I had a sculpture with I think it was like 300 or 400 knives sticking out of a plate, and I was like, I had it on my windowsill because when people came visiting my studio, they were like, "Oh wow, that looks badass." So it was like very cool, and then I painted my floor in my studio, and I usually had like a table in front of it, but I had taken the table away because I had painted the floor, and then I was making a video where I was just balancing on stuff, and then I fell, and then I fell towards the windowsill and straight onto the sculpture, and then the ambulance had to come and pick me up. I just remember falling, and it's like, oh no, this isn't good. No, this isn't happening. This is a dream. And then it's like, okay, this is not a dream. I am badly hurt. And then it's like running around trying to kind of stop the bleeding. And then it's like realizing no chance of that happening. And then trying to call the ambulance just like on speakerphone while I'm bleeding. And it's like trying to explain to the ambulance personnel what is happening, and it was like, tell me again, what did you do? Yeah, afterwards I kind of looked back on several videos and saw, okay, could I gone wrong, could I gone wrong, so.
We have something in common. When I was a child, I felt in a knives also. Yeah. It was an accident, of course. So yeah, I have it. Similar. Same, a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm losing my life. My mama was just over there. I said, Mama, I'm losing my life. I'm losing my life. Yeah. But it was okay. And I was on the stairs, and it was, I don't know why, a knife in the stairs, like just like that. Maybe you were here just before me. I don't know. And I fall on the stairs, and I took the knives like that, and wow, accident. How would you define your art?
I think I often call it sculpturally based performance made for camera. That's kind of the complicated but not so complicated way of saying what I do. because I make short videos and they're often based on objects, so they're sculpturally based, and then I don't really do much performance live, so it's usually for camera. Yeah, like anyone can make art in their own way, and it doesn't need to be disturbing. Like a nice painting is also very nice, so it's as long as people enjoy it, it's okay. Now the difficult part.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. Get some pasta. Okay.
You have some extra pasta?
Yeah, extra pasta in case. Didn't know quite how many. It's like... I never think, oh, this is going to shock anyone when I do it, because I always kind of just do things I think will be funny or interesting for myself, and then, of course, when I look at the footage, I think, okay, this will probably upset someone, but...
Your vision of art has to be funny.
Yeah, or at least interesting for me, myself. Like, it has to be interesting for me to make it, and then everything else is kind of secondary. It doesn't really... I mean, how it's perceived and everything isn't that important to me. It's just, it's nice when people like it, but it's also nice when people hate it. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that I enjoy it and that I think it's fun to do.
Amazing. I love it.
Hopefully, like, people will see my art and understand that it's possible to work with humor in art, and it's allowed to be funny. You don't have to be serious. You can be seriously funny.
Okay, Chef Jan, what's on the menu today?
Today I'm trying to make floating devices for our trip to the lake. So I'm going to make floating devices for my arms with bread. I can make holes in the bread and then just put my arms through it and then have 2 pieces of bread and then jump into the lake. I think that will be most fun. So you just need to make some holes. This will be the main event of the day. I'm taking you for a walk in the woods, and then we will arrive at the lake, and I will jump into the water with these floating devices on my arms.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
Yeah. We'll see how it works. Yeah, you have to be very careful when you make floating devices with bread.
It's like a surgery, but for bread, yeah?
I'm just afraid that it will be too big and then just fall off my arms. So
ready to swim? Yeah. You don't know how to swim? No problem.
Yeah.
Jan has a solution.
I'm ready to swim.
And so, Jan and Jordan set out upon the road, whistling softly. their hearts strangely light. They walked with the bright joy of new beginnings, carried by the thought of the lake they would one day reach. Before them, the paths led onward into the ancient lands, and there, it was said, lay the edge of the sacred forest.
I wanted to be an artist from a very early age, but there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. And then I also still have to work 2 days in a warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just I want to kind of be my own boss and do my own things. For me, art was the solution to being my own boss.
And so it was that Jan and Jordan found themselves caught in the turmoil of the sacred forest. The wind howled between the trunks. The storm roared, tearing the sky, ripping branches from the trees. They could go no farther. They would have to turn back. Yet they had made a promise to Siv. Create together and open new paths. And when they thought of her, their fear burnt away. Their doubt dissolved into the thunder's roar.
Well, this is good because people might go home.
Perfect.
Yeah, people are packing up. I mean,
We have time to wait. What's your recommendation?
I don't know. We'll try.
Let's go. We are doing something great,
Yeah.
and you told me that it's the first of this year for you outside.
Yeah, this is the first outside content I've made for like 2 years or something. So this is gonna be good.
Let's go for it, and I will swim with you for sure.
I'll just have to adjust the bread now and see if to get it to fit my arms.
Let's go.
I'm confronted with my work. It's like, how can this be art? Because it's funny, but I don't see the problem at all. No. No. Okay, we need to have a different plan.
Oh no.
All this preparation. Okay, I need. Sometimes people say, nah, this is cheating. How can I cheat at my own game? I mean, I'm making the rules. Just trust your ideas. Don't doubt yourself. That's kind of how I started. It's just trying to go with the first idea that pops into my mind, and just do it. And then putting it out at once and not doubting it. Just go for it. I never look at other people's work and think, oh, this video has 20 million views, so that must be better than the other. I mean, it doesn't work like that when I look at other people's stuff, but it's hard not to think of it when you're looking at your own videos. If you asked me why I stubbed to this page, I don't think I would ever find the words, but it feels right.
He just be doing shit, and I respect that honestly.
Sometimes people just post kind of this meme comments, like great use of free will, that kind of pops up on so many of my videos.
I see the vision, bro. New torture technique unlocked. Yes, Instagram, I'm interested.
So lovely, 'cause she was dressed in white. Her hair was trimmed with roses, her face with smiles was bright. But when the preacher said, Jan, who are you, Johnson's wife? Then we all jumped up and sang at Johnson's wedding. There was Charlie Peterson and Eva Peterson and Gustav Peterson and Carl Peterson and Piers Peterson and Hjalmar Peterson and Pete Peterson was there too. We had a lot to eat that night, the supper it was fine. Med knäckebröd and lutfisk I ate most all the time. Med lingen också silte och...
Then Jan and Jordan dived into the fjords. And from the depths of the water, a truth rose slowly toward the light.
Swanson and Pierre Swanson and Hjalmar Swanson and Swanson was there too. We played a lot of games that night, but gee, we sure had fun. The girls, they were so jolly, I kissed most everyone.
Don't listen to your papa, don't listen to your mama, just your soul.
Yeah, just listen to yourself, and then even the inner voice, don't listen to that either. It's just go for it.